What's up, guys? It is Mason here today with a new discussion video. I haven't done one of these for quite a while, but I'm glad to get back into this. Today, me and a very special guest will be talking about a game that was announced at E3 of 2014. So, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, you can do that.
Well, hi guys, my name is Christina. I'm from ChristinaJuneee. I like to make videos about Nintendo and other gaming things. And it's been quite a while, Mason, since we've done a video together.
I know. I'm really excited for this though. We have an awesome topic today, guys, and we are actually going to be talking about Splatoon. So, it's actually Nintendo's new IP for those of you that don't know. It's kind of like, it's a shooter. It's a third-person shooter, or I'm not sure if it's first-person or not. I'm sure you can go into some aspect of that at some point throughout the game. But anyway, what do you think about that? Like, when you saw the trailer, Christina, what were your, like, thoughts on it?
From E3 or from the recent
Yeah, the very first trailer.
So from E3, I absolutely, honestly, I kind of like felt like I got into that hype where I fell in love with it because of the fact that, you know, Nintendo is reaching out into creating a shooter game, and not that they really haven't before. I know, like, on the 3DS, Renegade Kid came out with, I think it was Moon Chronicles, am I correct?
Yeah.
So, and this is for the home console, too, so it's like with Nintendo's take on games, I mean, people, when they look at it, when you think of a shooter game, typically you'll think of something like Call of Duty or Battlefield. Or,
I always think of something like darker, like, forests, I guess.
Or dark, or like a war setting, or
exactly.
Something not as fun. But Nintendo has this magic where they just create something where it's a good game. Like, just because I'm kind of like thinking that people might look at Splatoon and think, oh, it's a kids game, it's a Nintendo game, it may be a shooter game, but it's a kids game, but they really know how to just give something a more casual somewhat feeling. I don't know how to describe it, but it's still going to be a shooter game no matter the art style, no matter how you look at it. It's going to be a shooter game.
Exactly, and the thing about this one, it is extremely unique. It has so many things that other shooters don't have. One being color, of course. And I mean, it's true, think about it. Like, seriously though, another thing, they have a campaign mode, which other shooters do have sometimes, but I really think it'll be cool. But just the whole idea and the concept of this. Like, you're an Inkling and you can turn into a human and you shoot paintballs at stuff and make things go splat. Like, you can't say that's not fun.
Absolutely. Like, it definitely does look like it's going to be a fun and unique experience. It's not that you're going to be, like, shooting at people, but instead it's just more like a territory-based game. Like, you win by covering the most of your territory, of the territory you're trying to take over, instead of trying to, you know, kill other people. I mean, just for me personally, I'm not ragging on any of the other games like Call of Duty or, you know, Battlefield. I played a little bit of Call of Duty, but just for me personally, my personal style of when I'm into gaming, I'm not the biggest fan of, like, murdering people per se.
Exactly.
Not that it's not fun in a game setting, but it's just not always my first choice of that type of game style. I like more colorful, bright settings. That's just who I am.
Of course, yeah. See, I've even played Call of Duty, which a lot of people might find hard to believe, but I have. I had an Xbox for a couple months, and I had Call of Duty for Modern Warfare 2, I think it was. And I played it for a little bit, and I did get into it, but nothing like my hype for Splatoon. Like, I mean, I don't, like I said, like you said, actually, like, the whole murdering idea, I don't like. I don't like to see blood splash on the screen, but instead I'd rather see something like paint, you know? And that's what it is, though. Like, this Nintendo magic, everybody says, is a real thing. It really is. Because it's making something that was once violent, I guess you could say, into something very colorful and happy.
And still, it's going to be very competitive. Just because it's not, you know, dark, grim, what people would consider more of an adult theme or hardcore theme. It's still going to take up a lot of your time if you're going to play it.
It really will. And there's also a campaign mode. Did you ever hear about that?
I believe I did. Would you go into more detail for it and for the viewers?
Well, there's really not much they said about it. What they said was there's just a campaign mode. Bill Trindon, I think it was, that announced that. At E3. It might have been later. I'm not positive. But I don't really know what it could be. I don't really know. What do you think is there a story for this, you think? Like,
I feel like there might be. Like, I'm trying to remember. I don't think they really went into too much detail either. And if they did, then I just can't remember off the top of my head. But my assumption would be just to take over territories in an entire city, which would be my idea of what they would go through with a campaign.
Yeah, like, I'm thinking like a story right now for this, and what if they did something like, people were testing, this is gonna sound really absurd for this kind of video, but people were testing some kind of experiment on a human, but it, like, injected something almost, it turns them into a squid, and then they, like, freaked out and ran away and hid or something and turned into an alien. I don't know. But then it's up to you to go and, like, splat your way through and find them. I just think that'd be, like, a little cool idea. But of course...
like, the Inklings themselves are just a genetic mutation gone wrong because of the fact that they're humans that can turn to squids and vice versa.
Exactly. And that's a really cool feature, like I said. It's just something really unique that Nintendo has. That just... Like, I don't know who came up with the idea. It's being developed by the Animal Crossing New Leaf team. And that's another really cool thing. And I really love the art style of it. Like you were saying, like, it's just so unique. Like, it really is. I like the whole, not even, like, the textures, I guess you could say. Everything looks so clayish and stuff. And it kind of reminds me of the Wind Waker art, actually. Just that kind of, like, tone to it, you know? I don't really know.
You mentioned it does have that kind of feel to it, just more in, like, an urban setting.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, that's just a really cool thing. And then also, if you're an Inkling, you can go and buy, like, you can use in-game money you buy for multiplayer to get, like, hats and shoes and stuff like that. Will you be using that at all, you think?
Absolutely, because I am such a big customizer. Like, when it comes to my character, I like to personally customize them. And the fact that they were talking about different clothes and different accessories can actually alter your stats for your character from when you're playing. So I think that's really good motivation to get people to really play the game more.
One
of the big complaints is, like, when they said in-game money. So, like, right at first when I was listening to it in the direct, they talked about you can purchase things, and I was like, oh crap, please do not be... Like, I don't think Nintendo would do it in a new game like this, but don't be, like, have to actually use real money. But then it's in-game money that you earn just from playing online. So just the more you play the game, the more you can customize your character. And I feel like I really love how Nintendo sticks to staying away from paid DLC in-game money as much as possible. Because from whenever they do it as well, like in Hyrule Warriors, I felt like the price of the content you got for what you paid was worth the purchase. But using in-game money, earning it yourself just by playing the game, just like in the old days where you play the game to get more out of the game and unlock things, I really enjoy that they still keep with that in these times.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really cool thing. Like, I do like the in-game money idea, and it really will add a bunch of hours onto people's playtime for sure. Just trying to unlock certain things. Like, I don't know if there's like a preview of what it would do to your stats. Say you got like a different helmet or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know what it would do. I don't know if there's previews or anything like that. So I guess it's just a matter of time before we find out. But it's just a really cool thing. And of course, online multiplayer is another thing to hype over. And, like, there's 4-on-4 multiplayer online, correct? Is that what they said?
I believe it is, yeah, 4-on-4. And I'm going to be playing that a lot. I have friends who I have a couple friends. I know that one of my friends just moved across the country, so I'm going to be definitely playing this with him every day if I can.
Yeah. It'll be a really cool thing, though. It'd be even better if they had party chat.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Because maybe the way... I know, I'm going to think that the party chat that they do, if they do have it, is going to be the same way as it is in Mario Kart 8, where you don't actually do the chatting during the game, but just before you're about to start a race. But in a way, I could see that being a good thing, that it's not during the actual gameplay, because it would be useful if you can maybe talk with other people on your team, but at the same time, if everybody can hear, then, you know,
that's
the
smart.
other team the other team can hear you, and people will try to distract you. And maybe that's just a common thing that's within other games that have the party chat while they're playing, and maybe just someone like me who doesn't play games with party chat all the time, it's just something that's already common. So, but I would agree, at least having some form of party chat, at least before you're playing the actual match. I hope that they include that in, since they did that with Mario Kart 8.
Totally. Like, I don't know. Like, the whole talk with your team thing is a really smart thing. That did not cross my mind.
Like, I mean, if they do have it during the game, it would be good just to have it with the people that are on your team so you can coordinate.
Like, talk out your plays and stuff, yeah. Mm-hmm. That sounds like a football game, but it's really not. Okay, anyway. Yeah, but I mean, it's just so cool. And don't forget the hub. That's another thing. I'm just wow.
I saw that hub, and just having a hub world that connects all the different modes rather than a menu screen makes the game feel more like you're involved with it.
Yeah, it feels more personal.
Instead of looking at words, like, okay, I'm gonna go to this mode or this mode or this mode, it's like you're walking over and seeing what you could be doing. I find that more, that I can be more involved with that rather than just a menu screen.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing. Like you said, you know, you can walk around and you can talk to people from Miiverse that are sent there. And you can check out their headgear, you can check out their shoes, all that kind of stuff.
And then get ideas for how you want to customize your character.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I really love about the hubs. Just any game, if it has a hub, it's amazing. That's done. But
exactly.
Like any Mario game, like Galaxy, I love the hub of that. Really, you couldn't do much, but it was still a really cool thing just to run around. It's like another level inside itself.
Absolutely.
And I mean, that's really that. But there's different buildings you can go to online, and then campaign mode, and it's just a really cool thing. And then there's the shops you can buy that stuff with that we already went over. And yeah, I mean, it's just a really summery game, and it's releasing in May. I was actually kind of expecting June, but I'm glad it's a month earlier.
Yeah, I was going to ask about, do you think there are going to be any other kind of modes besides just like in the hub world? Do you think there's just going to be only the online multiplayer, then there's going to be like local multiplayer? There should be. I don't see why they wouldn't include that. That's typically normal in Nintendo games. And then you have the shop. Do you think there are going to be any other spaces in the hub that you'll be able to go to? What your predictions are?
That's a good question. What if they had like a training section kind of thing, like a gym you walk into or something?
Absolutely, that would be perfect. So for people before honing on their skills and
like a tutorial mode kind of,
or just to test any new weapons that they get, so they know how to use them. And whatever, like, you know, you're gonna have sets of weapons. You're gonna have a main weapon, sub weapon, and a special weapon. So you could use that training area to test what set you want to, what group of items or weapons you want to use.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a really cool thing. I actually just not thought of that. What if they did that? That'd be really cool. I mean,
I really hope they do.
Yeah. And
Nintendo,
then
listen to our video and
yeah, really. Let's just tag them. But no, seriously, like, what if they, like, another thing is like a coin rush thing style like Smash Bros has. Like, what if they did like you get in-game money by like shooting targets or something? You know, like, I don't know if that would. I don't know. You know what I mean, though?
Like, what about a speed run? Like, a section where you could, to play more, like, little special challenges and bonus modes where single player, maybe, where, like, okay, in this stage, you have to cover this much in this amount of time or cover these certain areas.
That would be awesome. Mm-hmm. I actually never did think of that, but that'd be a really unique thing to do.
I'm just literally thinking of these off the top of my head. I'm thinking, what other bonus content? Because when it comes with Nintendo games, they always give you definitely your money's worth of what you pay. So I'm just trying to think, what other things would I love to see in the game that would catch my attention, that would keep me playing when I don't want to do online or multiplayer? Because there are some times when I want to play a game just by myself.
Yeah, really. And speaking of bonus content, what if they did something with Amiibo? Like, kind of like the Hyrule Warriors thing. Like, maybe you get, like, a small weapon with every Amiibo or something.
Yeah, that'd be very useful because I currently have every single Amiibo out right now before Wave 3, so
I do too. Let's form a club. Oh, man, they're addicting. But what if... Go ahead.
I just thought of the fact that in this Nintendo Direct, they announced the Super Mario Brothers series, where there's, again, going to be a release of Peach, Mario, Bowser, Luigi. There's also going to be Toad. So, I think there's one more. There was a sixth one, and I can't think of it. But they're going to have a special Super Mario series of Amiibo. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking at the Amiibo that have been coming out. I'm just like, you know what? These have been just specially for Super Smash Brothers. Their own Super Smash Brothers poses. So, I'm just wondering now that maybe they're going to come out with, like, what would be good instead of, like, a specific line for a specific game or specific series, just like a Nintendo Select or, like, Nintendo special characters, and then they release ones from a variety of games. So instead of just, like, an Animal Crossing series, maybe they'll just have a whole Nintendo series, and then they'll come out with characters for Splatoon.
That would be really cool. And, like, what if they did something with Mario? Like, in Super Mario Sunshine, it kind of had the same concept. Except instead of, like, putting paint everywhere, to clean up all this goop that fell everywhere. So, what if they, like, gave you Flood as a weapon to, like, squirt paint out from under you or something?
Or do you think that maybe he'll be, like, a special downloadable not like DLC specifically, but maybe they'll release him as bonus content where you have Mario with Flood, since it is a Nintendo game and they do like to throw in other Nintendo characters into different franchises, like the way that in Project Steam, I believe it is, that they're having the Fire Emblem characters in there.
Yeah, I would jump on that in like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
We all want that Super Mario Sunshine remake or a sequel. I would love a sequel, but
I would too. That would be really cool.
Maybe that's their way of hinting that it might be coming.
Maybe that would be really cool. That really would be awesome. But yeah, I mean, just overall though, I'm very hyped for this game.
Absolutely, so am I. I kind of am one of those people that I really hope that there's maybe some kind of pre-order bonus or
collectibles, because look at our rooms.
Can we even fit any more in our Nintendo rooms, or like with my room? I have too many pre-order bonus content statue things.
Yeah, I have a lot of homemade stuff, tables and all that are Nintendo themed, but I'm sure I can fit something somewhere.
We'll make them fit.
Yeah, we will. Even if they had like a Splatoon Amiibo thing, that'd be pretty cool too. But just I guess that's it. Is there anything else you have to say?
That I'm just really excited for this game. That I'm gonna assume there's going to be at least one more direct where they're gonna focus on Splatoon and maybe announce more things. So I definitely am looking forward to it.
So am I. Thank you so much for joining this video. It's been fun.
Absolutely.
We will definitely have to do this again sometime.
We need to do this again.
Yeah, we do. So for those of you that are watching this video, thank you as well for watching, and let us know your hype for Splatoon, and I'll give it a reply and stuff. And that's that. I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and again, thank you, Christina. And
thank you very much, Mason.
Oh, no problem. We will talk to you next time.
Bye-bye.